morning. Today is November 9th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is Biden to be the U.S. president and China pushes for the 92 consensus. First of all, there is a major breakthrough in the United States presidential election today. Biden delivered a victory speech yesterday because he won Pennsylvania and Nevada, and he got 279 electoral votes. However, Trump claimed to release the evidence of election fraud tonight. What kind of evidence that Trump has? On the other hand, the relationship between the two sides of the Straits and the United States has also reached to a turning point. Here are some points. First, let's look at the map first. We know that because Biden flipped over and won Pennsylvania. We can see over here, he won Pennsylvania and also Nevada. So the total will be 253 plus Pennsylvania 20 and Nevada 6. Then that would be the total of 279 votes. Even Biden is leading in Arizona and Georgia, but the votes of the two states are not counted yet. As to Trump, now he still got 214 votes. But for the one that is leading for sure, they are North Carolina over here and also over there, Alaska. And we can see that, there will be a total of 232. So for the best scenario, that Trump will flip over and won Pennsylvania 20, Georgia over here, if possible, 16, and Arizona, and that will be 11. Add it all up together, and Trump votes will be 279. But this is just a dream. It is unlikely to happen. Therefore, Trump's policy will file the lawsuit tonight. But will it be kind of invalidate the election in Pennsylvania? I'm not sure. A. Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, said that more than 50 witnesses will be summoned today, and the evidence is sufficient to change the election outcome of Pennsylvania. And his latest tweet was, he said, "We will prove it all." And this is his latest tweet. But I think this is only a temporary postponement, because if Biden loses Pennsylvania, he still got 259 votes. And if he gets Georgia 16, then it will reach 275. And still, he can be the president of the United States. B. Biden's victory speech. And Biden looks very energetic while jogging on the stage. You can see here, this is Joe Biden. And his son, Hunter Biden, will also appear in a speech event. And this is Joe and his son, Hunter. And we can see that, Biden plays the unity card. You say Biden emphasized that it is a time to heal the United States and it is the end of demilitarization. He also calls for Trump supporters. Biden said, "I understand your disappointment. I've lost a couple of elections myself, but now let's give each other a chance to see each other again, to listen to each other again." And Biden also put Harris on the spotlight. And we can see over here, and this is Harris, she dressed up all in white to give speech before Biden. I think the reason why Biden puts Harris under the spotlight is to kind of show that he supports women, African American, and Asian minorities. C. Biden's connection with Taiwan. First, we can see that we know that U.S. and Taiwan broke in ties in 1979, and the U.S. established the Taiwan Relations Act. Joe Biden was one of the 85 senators that supported Taiwan. You can see over there. And also, second is 2001. Biden visited Taiwan for the first time in 36 years, and he met with former president. We can see over here is President Chen Shui-bian. Well, as to President Tsai visited the United States in 2015, and she talks with the former Deputy National Security Advisor Blinken, and for more than an hour. And some media said that Blinken might become the Secretary of State to Biden. D. We know the question now, it's about U.S. arms sales. We know that Trump conducted the arms sales to Taiwan 10 times in 4 years during his term. Will it be the same after Biden take over the office? Some people in Taiwan are worried that the U.S. arms sale to Taiwan will be reduced. What I think is that U.S. arms sale to Taiwan will not stop, but the frequency might not be as high as Trump. Why? On one hand, it's because Trump has already sold many weapons to Taiwan. On the other hand, that Biden might want to restore relations with China. So I think for the first half of the year, the kind of, arms sale to Taiwan will be kind of slow, but will go to normal in the future. China pushes for the 92 consensus again. But did they forget that Taiwanese has long rejected the 92 consensus? Because China's version of the 92 consensus is one China, and the one China is the People's Republic of China. Taiwanese people cannot accept it. In fact, the former President Ma also admitted that the biggest problem now is that China does not see the true interpretation. But I think it's not that China doesn't see the true interpretation, but it's that China does not recognize that one China might be the Republic of China, Taiwan. Here are the top stories. Today, we have one confirmed case. It is an imported case. An Ukrainian female in her 20s came to Taiwan for work. First, talking about the Joe Biden's victory speech. President-elect Joe Biden vows to unify country in his speech, and he said that, I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide but to unify, who doesn't see red and blue states but a United States. I sought this office to restore the soul of America, to rebuild the backbone of the nation, to make America respected around the world again. Also, Biden sent comforts to Trump and Trump supporters. He said that to those who voted for President Trump, I understand your disappointment tonight, but now let's give each other a chance. We must stop treating each other as opponents, as our enemy. We are not enemies. We are Americans. Well, what about Joe Biden's attitude toward China? We know that Reuters said that Biden won't be easy on China. According to Reuters, China is unlikely to find Biden a soft touch. It said that he has referred to Chinese President Xi Jinping as a thug and vowed to lead an international campaign to pressure, isolate, and punish China. And he also said the most effective way to meet the challenge is to build a united front of U.S. allies to confront China's abusive behaviors. On the other hand, Trump refuses to, accept elections results. We know that, and he treated them. We should look at the votes. We should look at these allegations. We've seen numbers for the votes, and that there has been voter fraud. And, actually he said that we have a history of the country of election problems. He also said that, what concerns me is that we had over 100 million mail-in ballots in cities like Philadelphia and Detroit with a long series of elections problems. Well, I think this is really weird. Trump got approximately 71 million votes and Biden got 75 million votes. It will all add up like around 150 million votes. How could only two cities have reached over 100 million votes? Maybe Trump said something that is kind of a mistaken. I don't know. As to Trump, filing the lawsuit, according to the New York Post, and Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, tears up to 10 new election lawsuits. Rudy Giuliani said that there are upwards of 50 witnesses, and this will be the subject of a lawsuit that we will file tomorrow for violating civil rights, for conducting an unfair election, for, treating Pittsburgh and Philadelphia different than the rest of the states. We're talking about Taiwan. President Tsai congratulates Biden on election win on Twitter, and she tweeted that, now it's my turn to extend congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on being elected president and vice president-elect. I look forward to making together to further our friendship and contributions to international society. And Taiwan Foreign Minister thanks Trump for 4 years of support on Twitter. Minister Joseph Wu tweeted that, I'm sincerely grateful to the Trump administrations for its staunch support and friendship. Over the past 4 years, Taiwan has become stronger, safer, and more capable of choosing its own future. U.S. Marine raiders arrived in Taiwan for trained troops in assault and infiltration today. We can see that U.S. Marines have arrived at an invitation of Taiwan's military and begin training Taiwanese troops for 4 weeks starting today, making the first public acknowledgement of U.S. soldiers training in Taiwan since 1979, breaking ties. We're talking about WHA. WHA didn't invite Taiwan to the upcoming conference. MOFA spokesperson Joanne Oh said that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs expresses strong condemnations with China's disruption of Taiwanese participation in the WHO and WHO's continue ignore the health and human rights of the 23.5 million Taiwanese people. Well, we can see this is all due to China. As to China, China responded to Biden's victory finally. China Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said at a press conference today that he said, we have noticed that Mr. Biden has announced his victory in the election. We understand that the outcome of the presidential elections will be determined in the accordance with the U.S. laws and procedures. Well, actually, he didn't really congratulate Biden. So it's kind of conservative. It's kind of conservative for him, to really make any comments on the U.S. presidential election. Well, there are almost 3 months to go before we know that the inauguration of Joe Biden on January 20th, 2021. So we will see what will happen during the 3 months, right? That will be the view for today. And this is Catherine Chang. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.